right, a very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon, or however you are watching today. Thank you so much for tuning in today to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. My name is Bruce Dickey. It is our weekly Take the Points show today. Back to myself today. I'm sorry about that. The boys couldn't be here. You see, I've got an empty hole here next to where the fellas ought to be. As you see, it's an empty spot. We'll be all right by ourselves, though. I think I believe Lucas had a job in Woodlawn, I think, and Jamie had a job in Mount Vernon. And Weeze was working at home in Fairfield. So there you go, folks. Sorry, just me today, but we have a ton to talk about. Have you been paying attention to high school baseball over the last week? I talked about it, and we had a great baseball game on Saturday between Teutopolis and the Effingham St. Anthony Bulldogs. T-Town has won a couple of miracle games in a row. We are going to talk about that today, and the entire Class 2A tournament up in Champaign this weekend, tonight and tomorrow. We'll talk about that this afternoon or this morning. We're also going to talk about the Belmont Stakes horse race, Triple Crown. It's the race 3 of the Triple Crown. We'll see if it's the rubber match of sorts between sovereignty and journalism, but it's not really just a match race. There's all kinds of fun things that can happen in this race on Saturday. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about NBA, maybe NHL. The NBA finals start Thursday night. I'm shooting this Thursday afternoon, so I don't really know what's going on there yet. I have a feeling. And also the NHL, Stanley Cup Final. By the way, in the NBA, I'll get to this in a segment. I'll get to, for some reason, how they alter the naming of the two different things. But what is going on, first of all, in our communities here on this gorgeous Friday, June 6th. The rain has come and gone through the area. Hope all you farmers have gotten your plants in the field, your beans, your corn, whatever you need out in the field. Hope it's all out there and getting a good drink this week. Get a good start on it. What's going on here on this gorgeous Friday, June 6th? The second annual Indoor-Outdoor Vendor Fair over in Salem is set for tonight here on Friday night from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. And they're also going to have it on Saturday as well. This is out at the Marion County Fairgrounds. Our buddy Doug Telford and all the gang handling that out there do a great job. This is a wide variety of businesses and vendors showcasing their equipment, their crafts, their products, or whatever they have to offer. If you're interested for more information or about becoming a vendor, probably a little late now, but you never know. Get a hold of them today at 322-9498. That's a 618 number. Or go out there. Say you want to set up. They'll tell you how to do it if there's any room left. What else going on today? Well, actually, this next one is going on all weekend long in Centralia. It's the annual St. Mary's Rummage Sale. It started yesterday, and it will go today and tomorrow. They're going to have lots of clothing. Now, they may have already had a little bit picked over since it started on Thursday, but kitchen items, books, movies, home decor, holiday decorations, and much, much more. That's now right there. That's a good, inexpensive way to go about finding your holiday decorations. The doors open from 5 to 7 o'clock last night. On Thursday night, $5 for early entry. And then here on Friday, doors open they opened about an hour ago, actually, at 8 a.m. today, going till 5 p.m. And then on Saturday, the doors will open 8 a.m., go till 10 a.m. It's $5 a bag day on Saturday. So it's basically, by the time Saturday rolls around, you see what they have left, you throw in a bag, and $5 and you're out the door. You might be able to bring your own bag. Bring a garbage bag. See if they'll let you play with that one. I don't know if they will or not. they probably don't want to take stuff home either. So, I mean, take a lawn bag. I don't know. The folks at St. Mary's Rummage Sale are right now in Centralia, by the way, 424 East Broadway in Centralia. They're right now saying, shut up, Bruce, shut up. Sorry. What else going on here on Friday night up at the Effingham at the Tuscan Hills Winery? It's big old music bingo on Friday night. Gather your friends for a night of great music and fun. It's $15 a person, and that does include a drink from the bar. Doors will open at 6 with the games starting at 7 p.m. I have no idea what music bingo means. If they play a particular, maybe you have a card that has "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey on it, and "Renegade" by Styx, and maybe they'll play one of the songs, and you get to fill out that card. I don't know how it works, but that's what they've got going on up at the Tuscan Hills Winery here on this gorgeous Friday evening. What's going on Saturday? At the Clay County Hospital Pharmacy here down there in Flora at 11 a.m. on Saturday. It is their community appreciation lunch. Clay County Hospital, a wonderful place, and their pharmacy does great work. Amy Allen in charge of all that stuff. They will be having Community Appreciation Day. It'll be from 11 to 1 in the CCH parking lot, the pharmacy parking lot now. Pharmacy parking lot. I don't know what they're doing, but I can imagine that it will be really, really good. That's on Saturday at 11 a.m. Over in Mount Airy on Saturday at 6 a.m., the Mount Airy Rotary Club Community Breakfast. They do this, I guess, once a month from 6 to 9. We'll have the menu will consist of biscuits, sausage gravy, sausage, eggs, hash browns, pancakes, coffee, and orange juice. Only $7 for adults. You can't go wrong. $7 for adults. Get your breakfast there at 6 a.m. because at 7 a.m. you can zip up to Clay City. At Clay City, Sailor Springs American Legion. Actually, I guess you got to go to Sailor Springs for this. This will be, they're having their monthly breakfast from 7 to 10. The other was from 7 to 9. So eat at the one in Mount Airy at 6 a.m. Starts at 6 a.m., goes to 9 a.m. Maybe let your belly settle for a couple of hours. Get to the other one by 9:30 or so. You'll be perfect. That one's going to have sausage, biscuits, gravy, and pancakes. And it's by donation. Give till it hurts, folks. Help them out. Come and support the local veterans and enjoy a great breakfast. What else going on? In Louisville, our old friends Napa Auto going to have a big pork burger sale. I wonder, the North Clay Junior High cheerleaders are putting on this pork burger and bake sale from 11 to 1 at the Napa Auto. What else? Friends down in Fairfield at Brookstone, Brookstone Estates hosting their 25th anniversary on Saturday from 11 to 4. Anniversary celebration of their 25th year. Live music by Dustin Shepard and the Gritty Kings. Dustin Shepard. I don't know if that's two groups or one. Might be one. But I think it's Dustin. I think it's one rather than two. I think it's Dustin Shepard and the Gritty Kings rather than Dustin Shepard, comma, and the Gritty Kings. They didn't put a comma in the thing, so we'll see. Food provided by the Green Pig. Our good friend Sean Rush at the Green Pig helping bring the food. Okay, now, I'm in a community band, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute, I'm in two community bands. I had a gig Wednesday night in Olney. I have a gig last night in Fairfield. It is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. This is when community bands start to play. I'm playing all June long. I'm out the door all June. But over in Salem on Saturday from 7 to 8 p.m. at the Salem Community and Cultural Center, it'll be an Animated Tunes summer concert on Saturday from 7 to 8. Tickets are $5 per person. Again, that's just right downtown at the Salem Theater and Cultural Center. What else is going on up in Salem? Well, look what they're doing at the VFW, pardon me, at the American Legion Hall in Salem. That's at that building by the railroad tracks. It's there from 7 until the stars come out. Bonfire S'mores Night. Come out for a cozy evening around the fire with classic s'mores kits, crackling bonfire, as well as hot cocoa and good company. Bring a chair, your stories, and maybe you might want to bring a sweet tooth. For veterans, friends, and neighbors, everybody is welcome at that event. Again, that's in Salem on Saturday night. What else going on in Salem? This is a huge day. Saturday is a huge day in Salem. Family Fun Day in Salem at the Bryant Memorial Park. That's from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. On Saturday. Family Fun Day, completely free. Youth Fishing Derby starts at, well, it says the thing starts at 10, but you got the Youth Fishing Derby from 7:30 to 10:30. Now, maybe they're catching what you eat. I don't know. All-day activities, including Kim's Party Jumps, as well as games and crafts and face painting. Kids, you know how the kids just love to do that face painting stuff. Food and drinks provided by the Salem area churches. How very kind. That is a wonderful event. What else going on? Up at Effingham County, the Ears Jumping for the Paws annual Jeep Run. Effingham Area Rescue Society, I believe is what that's called. This is going to start. Now, this is a fun Jeep ride. You know how as Jeep rides go. It starts at 11 a.m., or pardon me, it's 10 a.m. is registration. They're going to kick off the Jeep ride at 11 a.m., and they're going to 5 different places. You might be able to catch them during the day. They'll probably let you register. Might even let you catch up on cards, because I suspect they might be doing a little poker play in there. We'll see how that works. $10 per person. Again, it starts at the Cardinal Golf Course in Effingham. That's North Beach Road. You know where that is. And all the proceeds go to help out EffinghamAnimalRescue.com. If you want more information, go to EffinghamAnimalRescue.com. They'll help you out. They'll have basket raffles to go along with a 50-50 drawing. Unlimited fun still on the plan. They're still planning as well. They're going to have a grand prize raffle online. So go online and you can find out how to sign up for the grand prize raffle. The huge money. It'll be a virtual auction. You'll be able to also a virtual auction, be able to bid on stuff online, and that way you won't have to mess with it during the ride. They're going to go, like I said, at the start from the Nest at the Cardinal. Then they're heading to Danny's down south there on 37. Cut across to the Muddy Saloon. That's just south of Dietrich there, southeast of Dietrich. And then they're going to head to BJ Saloon in Newton, and that's always good fun. And finally, they're going to end up at the MVP Happy Holler just east of Newton. That is a good, fun Jeep ride. That ought to be and going to get dusty. It won't be dusty now. It might be a little wet still. Well, it depends how much rain they got. We'll see. So yeah, that all going on this week. What else is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is National Applesauce Cake Day. National Applesauce Cake Day on June 6th recognizes the delicious treat known as applesauce cake. This tasty food holiday offers an opportunity to share a slice or two of a cake that comes in a variety of recipes. You might think adding applesauce to cake is a relatively modern invention. However, the first people to make this kind of cake were those who lived in the New England colonies back during colonial times. They found that it didn't cost a lot of money to make applesauce cake, particularly because the cake was from flour and applesauce. Also, when they used certain spices, it didn't spoil as easily. Early colonists knew applesauce cake was delicious, plus it had a long, long shelf life, and they all enjoyed that. Around 1900, American cookbooks published recipes for applesauce cake, and it became very popular in the country during World War I. Why, Bruce? Why would it become popular during World War I? Well, folks were rationing sugar. Sugar and other ingredients were a scarce commodity during the World Wars, and bakers began to substitute ingredients to free up resources for the soldiers in the war. Interestingly, flour was also a scarce commodity as well. Bakers would simply substitute flour, use cornmeal instead, or potentially oats. I got to tell you the truth. I have never in my life eaten applesauce cake. I have no idea what it tastes like. I think it sounds pretty good. People were considered patriotic during World War I if they ate and cooked with applesauce. That's 107 years ago. How about that? So, yeah, I have no idea. What spices can you throw in? Cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, just a few of the spices you can choose from. All kinds of stuff. What else is going on here on this June 6th? Well, it is also National Drive-In Movie Day. National Drive-In Movie Day. It is a day to commemorate the day the first drive-in theater opened. What year do you think it happened? What year was the first drive-in theater? It's a great question. 1933. In Camden, New Jersey, created the drive-in theater, and he gets credit for creating that day. Did you know the biggest drive-in theater? How big do you think the biggest drive-in theater is? How many vehicles could the biggest drive-in theater hold? How about 2,500 vehicles? That's like 5,000 people, or 10,000. Who knows? However many are in the cars. 2,500 vehicles at a drive-in theater. That's huge. Have you been to a drive-in theater? I wonder how many people still around today went to drive-ins as a youth. I did. I was a big drive-in guy. I loved going to the drive-in theater. Always had a real good time at the drive-in. I think there's one still going over in Newton, I believe, is where the closest drive-in is. So yeah, there you go. A couple of kids, sweethearts, enjoying the drive-in theater experience. One other thing going, well, I've got two other things actually going on June 6th. This is National Yo-Yo Day, as I guess this 0606 kind of looks like a yo-yo backwards if you turn it upside down. That's how that looks. I don't know, but that's what they've picked today to be the Yo-Yo Day. Yo-Yo was the first trademarked. The name Yo-Yo was first trademarked in 1932. Donald Duncan invented the yo-yo name, and of course that's where you have Duncan yo-yos. Duncan made all the yo-yos for years. Of course, this is also you can't forget the June 6th. This is also the 81st anniversary of the Allies landing on Omaha Beach and Utah and Gold and all the others over in Normandy, landing in Normandy. Not very many folks left from the Allied Expeditionary Force, and if you ever get a chance to meet one, I met a few over the years. If you get a chance to meet one, thank them so much for their service. And if any of them see this, or I'm just putting it out in the air, thank you all so much for your service. 81 years ago today, they landed on Normandy. So, thanks so much. What do you want to see on television, ladies and gentlemen? Major League Baseball tonight. The Cubs are at Detroit. That's on Apple. Can't watch it. It's a great pitching matchup, too. Ben Brown versus Tarek Skubal. Skubal's probably going to win the Cy Young again in the American League. The Cardinals are hosting the L.A. Dodgers. The Cardinals playing, it's be Ben Kasparius pitching for the Dodgers. He's 4-0. He's doing real well. He'll go against Big Sonny Gray for the Cardinals. That's at 7:15. That'll be on FanDuel Network, channel 370. Also, the Royals at the White Sox. On Thursday afternoon, Cardinals came back to beat the Royals in extra innings, and then the Royals will. Then they're playing Thursday night as well. Royals will head from St. Louis to Chicago. Seth Lugo versus Davis Martin. That'll be on channel 353. NBA basketball on Friday night. Well, it's Sunday. The game 1 is Thursday night. Game 2, they're skipping an extra day. I don't know why, but that's what their NBA's doing. Pacers at Oklahoma City. Tonight in the NHL will be on television. It is the Stanley Cup Final, Game 2. Game 2 of the Cup. It is the Florida Panthers at the Edmonton Oilers. The Panthers lead that series. Pardon me. I say Panthers. My bad. The Oilers lead that series 1-0. That's on TNT Channel 273. We're going to take a quick break. Come back. We're going to talk high school baseball. Teutopolis, heading to Champaign. Friday night, tonight. We're going to talk all about it. Back after these. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lemons Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lemons always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemonsonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, folks. Bruce Dickey here with Wabash Cats TV. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you also for tuning into Wabash Cats TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. You can find it here daily at 9 a.m. and at 1 p.m. Talk about all kinds of different subjects. People, interesting folks in the community, community events coming up, just all kinds of stuff that will matter to you. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
My grandfather, Carol Rush, opened Rush Appliance in October of 1949. This is Sean Rush, and I am driven by the same determination and commitment to quality that set us on the road to success. A lot has changed in the appliance industry since 1949, but at Rush Appliance, we're doing everything we can to remain trusted, strong, and competitive. We are extremely proud of our roots, and we look forward to providing you with quality and service at Rush Appliance and Furniture Company in downtown Fairfield.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today on this gorgeous Friday afternoon. Should be a big night for baseball up in Champaign tonight. It is, well, actually all day long in Champaign today. They are hosting the Class 1A state championship and then the Class 2A state championship this weekend. Both sets were going going to Champaign. Why is it in Champaign instead of Peoria, you ask? Well, because the 3A and 4A are going to be in Peoria next week, and Peoria had a minor league baseball game. I guess minor league places the schedule, even though Peoria already had contracted with the IHSA. When the minor league says they got to be playing there this weekend, they got to be playing there this weekend, even though Peoria had made the request to the Minor League Baseball Association not to have them having home games. The Minor League Baseball Association says to Peoria, step off. So that's what they do. But yeah, it should be fun. Here's what the final 16 look like. And we called that T-Town Effingham St. Anthony game miracle win for Teutopolis. We thought that was the only miracle they might get. They got another miracle defeating DuQuoin. DuQuoin led that game 5-0 in the fourth inning. And T-Town scored 3 runs in the bottom of the fourth and scored another 3 off of a Tegan Pals, of all people, hits a triple. in the bottom of the ninth inning, a 2-run triple to to walk off the DuQuoin Indians. That sets up a Final Four of Teutopolis taking on Newman Central up in Sterling. That'll be Newman. That'll be at 7:00 on. That's the second AA Class 2A game. That follows the Eureka versus Sacred Heart Griffin game at 4 p.m. They fit 4 games. They have the first Class 1A game at 10, the next game at 1:00, and then they'll have 4:00 and 7:00. Fitting 4 games in on both days. And you see the early games both days are 1A. The late games both days are 2A. 2A. Here is a look at the Teutopolis wooden shoes. This is after that win on Saturday against St. Anthony. The shoes there with the sectional championship plaque. That's pretty cool. And you see all the coaches there along. If you look really, really close up in that second window of the upstairs, I'm sitting in that window. So yeah, I feel like I'm the unsung hero of the team. I'm sure that all you folks in T-Town would agree. But yeah, that's a good looking team right there. They are hitting the ball. They are hitting the ball very well. They are playing a Newman Catholic team, a Newman Central Catholic team that comes in with a record of 28-7. And I'll tell you what, let's take a look at some of the stats. These are the stats for Teutopolis hitting. Like I mentioned, the point is, the thing is, Tegan Powell's, he's only played 12 games, usually as a courtesy runner, a pinch runner. He's got 2 hits on the season. One of them was that triple. A game-winning triple to win the Super Sectional. Just amazing. These guys are an amazing story. Only 6 seniors on the squad. Those are the hitters. They hit pretty doggone well. Averaging, actually, the shoes come in averaging 2.8 runs in the first inning. That's pretty doggone good. Top of the lineup is top of the line. And here's what the pitching looks like. I don't know for sure you never know really who Coach Fleener wants to throw. Since there'll be 2 games in 2 days, you really can't throw the same guy twice. But the fortunate thing for the shoes is that they have basically 5 pitchers who all could go. Look at that, 4 pitchers with 32 innings exactly, and Davin Werman with 38 innings pitched. Nobody with a tremendous number of strikeouts. Gavin Addis, 41 in 32 innings. That's pretty good. But I'll show you the Sterling Newman stats here in just a second. As the shoes with a fine record, 29-5. By the way, if you're looking at Max Preps for ranking, the shoes are the highest ranked team left. They're number 1 in the state on Max Preps. Eureka, up there on the top of the level, is number 2 in the state, or probably number 3 in the state. Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin is number 4 in the state. What is Newman Central, you ask? 19 in the state in those Max Preps rankings. Coach Fleener and anybody you ask will tell you the same thing. Rankings don't matter. Just throw them out right now. Doesn't matter. Here's what the hitting stats are for the Sterling Newman squad, the Sterling Newman Comets. In at 28-7. Kenny Corner is their head coach. He's been there 4 years. They're 83-32, and they have been to state twice. By the way, they have one third-place finish in their 2 trips to state. Looking at the stats there, only one over 400. That's Minor Ashton, and look at all those doubles. 42 hits, 14 hits there are doubles, and so that's pretty good for him. Here's the pitching for the Comets. Evan Bushman is who I'm guessing the shoes are going to see. Look at that Sterling record. He's 9-0 with 2.44 ERA in 66 innings. He's struck out 44. Or do you, if you're Coach Corner, do you go with the strikeout guy, Michael Morse, 32 innings, 38 strikeouts in just 32 innings? It kind of depends on how you want to pick your poison. Is your defense playing well? Because the shoes will put the bat on the ball. And that's what hurt Effingham St. Anthony. Again, the other side of the bracket, the Eureka Hornets at 34-4 and Sacred Heart Griffin at 24-8. You're wondering about the tournament history for those two squads? Well, the Hornets have been there twice. They've never won a game at the state tournament. The Cyclones from Sacred Heart Griffin. Now, this school has changed many, many times over the year. They do have a state championship back in the 60s. In their current formation as Sacred Heart Griffin, going all the way back to 1989. They have one second place finish in 4 appearances. And you Teutopolis Wooden Shoes fans, you know the story with the shoes, but I'll just kind of give you a look at the statistics when you look down the line. I'm not going to read them to you or something, but take a look at all those appearances, and those are in the history of the school, as they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 appearances. This is their 14th appearance to go along with 4 state championships. They're looking for state championship number 4. All right. We tried to get it. We can't get this on television. I'm sorry about that. I wish we could. The only way to see this is on NFHS, and that's the thing where you got to pay $9 and sign up. So if you're looking for it, go to NFHS. I believe it's NFHS.net. That is the way to find it. National Federation of High Schools. Also, you can go to IHSA.org, go to their scores page, and they'll have a link to it right there. Got to watch it on the computer. We wish we could show it to you. They won't let us. But good luck to the shoes up there in Champaign, my favorite town. Actually, I call it Champaign. It's in Urbana. It is at the baseball fields are in Urbana. I think. Where's Wright Street go? It might be in Champaign. That's close. I'm going to have to get out the MapQuest or the Google and take a look at that. Good luck, shoes. Bring home state championship number 5. We'll be right back. Talk a little Belmont right after this. Stick around.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Cooper. And I am Stacey Earlywhite, and together we host By the Way with Beth and Stacey.
It airs Monday through Friday on Wabash Channel 100 at 11 a.m. and again at 3 p.m.
We love to follow Clay County history, and we've been venturing out too in other counties. We absolutely love history.
You can also find us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is By the Way with Beth and Stacy, or like and follow us on Facebook.
Dig that music, Beth and Stacy are putting on. Before I get into the Belmont Stakes, I gotta send a special message to my good friend Brian Kurtner. We'll put the CFL on next week. Trust me, I'll have the guys up here and we'll give it full shrift. We'll make sure that the Canadian Football League gets a good look, and you want to let it simmer in a little bit into the season before you give it the real hot look. As we have big Canadian football fan contingent out there, and we appreciate that. Who's picked to win the Belmont? Have you made your pick yet? Let's talk about it. Here's what the betting line looks like in the morning. This was the morning line after the draw. Hill Road gets the inside. Then the Kentucky Derby winner, Sovereignty, comes in at 2-1. Rodriguez, who got scratched from the Kentucky Derby, is in at number 3. That's the Baffert horse. It's got Money Mike on it. Is Bob Baffert going to get shut out for this year for the Triple Crown? Could be. We'll see what happens. And then you've got Uncaged, a new shooter. You have Crudo. Crudo is 2-0, but he's lightly raced. But he's 2-0. He's won both these races. He's a pretty good horse, 15-1. That's a pretty good number there on Crudo. And then you look forward. You've got Baeza, who got 3rd place in the Kentucky. That's Flavian Pratt riding him. Journalism at 8-5 is the favorite. And then another new shooter in Heart of Honor. But speaking of heart, Journalism at 8-5 had all the heart. Here's Journalism in winning the Preakness. That is him outrunning. I believe that was Gosger at the finish line. Just the bravest, one of the bravest race I've ever seen a horse run, and I've been watching horse racing for 40 years closely. Well, who's kidding? Who? 45. I remember the 19. Who's kidding? Who? 50 years. Oh no. I do not remember. Actually, I do vaguely remember Secretariat running the Belmont. I can't tell you for sure that my recollections, my memories of Secretariat are not from having watched the race since then. I certainly do remember, however, Alidar and Affirmed racing in 1978, and I certainly remember Seattle Slew winning the Kentucky Derby and the Triple Crown in 77. And I'm pretty sure I do remember. I don't remember the Derby for Secretariat, but I remember the Belmont for Secretariat when he's running like a magnificent machine. Still owns the track record in all 3 races, or the race record in all 3 races. But this year's a little different. It's only 1.25 miles because they're up at Saratoga while they're working on the Belmont track. Here again is Journalism. You know all you need to know about Journalism. You've seen him run 3 weeks ago. You saw him run in the Kentucky Derby 5 weeks ago. If you want to bet on him and the favorite at 8-5, be my guest. Here is number 2 horse. It's Sovereignty. Sovereignty is he won the Kentucky Derby. Now Sovereignty is a closer. He might need more than 1.25 miles to close. The shorter race isn't helping Sovereignty. He needs the extra little bit that the Belmont would have provided. We'll see how that works for Sovereignty. Much the same here for Baeza. Baeza was catching up to Sovereignty and Journalism in the Kentucky Derby, and I'm not telling you anything that I'm not going to tell you in a little bit. I love Baeza in this race. I think that Baeza was going to run, had he not had such a rough race, the 20-horse field coming from the very far outside in the Kentucky Derby. I think he wins the Derby, but I think so. Yeah, I'm picking him. And here also is Hilltop. I like Hilltop a little bit as well. Hilltop is a good, clean, fun horse. Comes in with a well, let's see what's the story on Hill Road. I said Hilltop. I meant Hill Road. The Peter Pan winner appears to be the best of the new shooters, is what my folks are telling me here. He comes in with a 4-1. Pardon me. Comes in at 10-1. I got to tell you, he has had a change of managers or a change of trainers over the past few weeks or the past few months. The new training staff and new training system, he's just running great right now. What are the Take the Points boys betting? I knew you'd ask. Here's what we're doing. Barely cut off Weeze there, but you can see he's betting Bays $4 to win in place. That's an $8. We bet $20 in Showbucks. So Weeze has $4 win place on Bays, and he's got an exacta box with with 3 horses, a $2 exacta box. That's a $12 bet. Baeza, Crudo, and Journalism. He's got to pick Journalism because he's a journalist. Me, I'm going $5 across the board on Baeza, then taking a little flyer on Hill Road. I love the horse Journalism. 8-5. I don't like that number. I don't think he'll end up being the favorite. Actually, I think Sovereignty will end up being the favorite. Jamie likes Baeza too. He's taking him to win. He likes Hill Road as well as me. We did this entirely separate from each other. I don't know how he came up with this, but he's got $5 across the board. Maybe it's because it's a long shot. And then Lucas has exacta box, Sovereignty, and Journalism. So for a $4 bet on that would cost him $8. And then he's got Rodriguez across the board at $4. That makes his $20. So there you go, folks. Belmont is at 6 o'clock Saturday night. It's going to be fun. They're on Fox this year. Who knew? So yeah, all day long horse racing on Fox. I'm going to be watching it all day long. I kind of feel a little guilty, but I watched it all day long for the Preakness. I watched it all day long for the Derby, so I guess I don't feel that guilty, do I? So yeah, this is one of it's the final big race until the Breeders' Cup in the end of the year. But enjoy the Belmont. Come back, talk about the NBA and NHL finals back right after these.
Fashion is our passion at Carnaby Square. We specialize in customer service and have since 1980. Our multi-generational boutique features your favorite on-trend to classic famous maker fashions, footwear, accessories, and a massive inventory at Brighton. So come, relax, explore, and elevate your look with us. Everyone is welcome, where we always wrap it, tag it, and bag it for free at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Are you watching the NHL Stanley Cup Final? No S. Keep that in mind. Because in the NBA, they don't even say the NBA Finals. They just call them the Finals. I don't understand it. It's a marketing issue. The Stanley Cup Final, it's because it's, I don't know. I wish I could explain it. It goes back 100 years, and they have always called it the Stanley Cup Final. The entire 7-game process is a final rather than a finals. You tell me. In NBA, they don't call it the NBA Finals. They've got a great big capitalized F, Finals. The Finals. I don't know. It's got to be a marketing thing. But the NHL, the Stanley Cup Final started on Wednesday night. It was a great hockey game. Back and forth as the Florida Panthers took a 2-1 lead after one. Actually, the Oilers took an early 1-0 lead. Panthers came back, scored 2 in a row. They scored actually the first goal. They scored a goal in the second period as well, made it 3-1. And then the Oilers came back, scored one more goal in the second, tied it up in the third. Goes to overtime, right? And if you get the opportunity, watch a Stanley Cup Final game in overtime. It is as tense as it gets. They went the entire overtime. Some poor schmo for Florida accidentally knocked the puck over the net. That's delay of game in the NHL, and got to set up a power play, which Edmonton burned them on to win the game. So Edmonton came in to this with let me get over to the Edmonton numbers. This was before the game Wednesday. This was before Wednesday's game. Edmonton was a favorite to win the series over the Panthers, mainly because they have home ice advantage. And also, this was the Conn Smythe Trophy winner. The odds for the folks to win the MVP of the playoffs. You see, you've got Draisaitl at plus 9-1, and Connor McDavid at just over even money. And then you get to a couple of Florida guys, Bobrovsky and Barkov. Stuart Skinner's the goalie for Edmonton, 50-1. That has all changed, ladies and gentlemen, to an extent. Since the Edmonton Oilers won Game 1, here's the refreshed numbers. Now the Oilers are minus 215 to win the cup. That's so if you bet $100, you got to bet $215 to pay $100. And for the Panthers, still plus money. But remember, before that they were plus money at 103. Now they are plus money at 176. The surprising number to me that is Draisaitl just goes from 9-1 to 4-1 to win the Conn, as McDavid now minus money, a heavy favorite, not heavy, mid to heavy favorite to win the MVP at minus money. The thing that doesn't make sense there is Draisaitl scored 2 goals on Wednesday night, and McDavid didn't score goals on Wednesday. He did get assists. He had a beautiful pass to Draisaitl to get the winning goal, but if I'm looking for value in the NHL, that to me is where it is. I was very surprised that Draisaitl had only dropped to 4. Bobrovsky now still at 5-1. That is Skinner still at 50-1. Didn't move. Tkachuk dropped because and Barkov dropped a little bit, but And Brad Marchand has dropped to 75 to 1, thank heavens, as nobody wants that guy to win. Where was he earlier? He was 65. Now he's dropped to 75. So, it's just kind of a indicator of where people think it's going. How about the NBA? Starting on Thursday night, so I don't have the fresh numbers on it, but because I'm shooting this Thursday afternoon. Oklahoma City, basically a prohibitive favorite. Minus 700 to win the trophy, and the Pacers, you'd pay $100, you'd get $600 back. That's pretty solid money. Thing is, the Pacers have to win it for you to do that. This one might be a little bit more affordable to wager on a game-by-game basis. For instance, if you think maybe the Pacers can steal one out in Oklahoma City, you might bet that in game 1 or 2. If it's going to be a five-game series, you wait till the Pacers come home. Anyway, the Thursday night match, like I said, it's later tonight as I'm shooting this. The Pacers are a 9-point dog. There's some value in that. That seems to me to be the potentially the best value in the whole thing. So, who am I rooting for? Who are you rooting for? I'm all for the Oilers. I don't. The Panthers won last year. I don't like Florida. I don't like Brad Marchand. I guess the rest of them are probably, who knows, tremendously nice guys. They do have a Kachuk. There's a lady who works here that is rooting for Florida because they have a Kachuk who's from St. Louis. So that's cool too. Root for who you like for. I'm rooting for the Pacers and the Oilers. I feel better about one than the other. Let's take another final quick break. We'll come back, talk a little bit of Major League Baseball. Back right after this.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls Cam, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep Cam and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. I need to send out a big old hearty congratulations. I didn't mention them. The Salem Wildcats won their regional championship again over Effingham on Saturday. Congratulations to the Wildcats, and they were defeated in the sectional over at Triad yesterday early afternoon. I think they played that game like at 1 o'clock or maybe even earlier than that, trying to avoid the rain from later in the day. They got them in, so there you go. So that's good. The Wildcats lost to Mascoutah on Wednesday. So congratulations on a fine season, Salem Wildcats, under Coach Brian Lipe. He does a great job. Taking a look at baseball, we talked a little bit about the gang here last week, but just kind of giving you an update. And I'm giving you the update for the sake of my brother, as he is a Colorado Rockies fan. They won their first series in the season, and then swept it this week. The Rockies now 12-50. Break them up. They've won 3 in a row, as they are 3-7 in their last 10. Look at that number, though. W3 over there on the right-hand side. The Rockies, they made mincemeat of the Marlins and have improved almost to 200. They've got to get to about 250 to avoid having around the worst record in the history of the game. But there's a chance they can do that. There was a conversation earlier this week that there may be as many as 5 teams with 100 losses this year. Be the most ever in Major League Baseball history, and they've been playing under this configuration of teams for 30 years now, since the last expansion. So there are some haves and some have-nots. Makes you want to wonder. Makes you think a little bit. Here's the American League. You've got the Yankees 5.5 over the Blue Jays and the Rays. You've got the Tigers up 6. The West is close. The Mariners and the Astros fighting it out, and then you also have the Rangers trying to get back over 500. They beat the Cardinals this week. Looking elsewhere, again in the National League, the Cardinals with a little stub in their toe this week, and the Brewers have been on a streak. They won 8 in a row, lost 1, and then won their last one, as they've won 9 out of their last 10. The Brewers just about to catch the Cardinals, and Cardinals need to keep winning. Now, this was taken before the Cardinals won on Friday afternoon against the Royals. So the Cardinals actually now 34-27 and 4 games behind the Cubs. They have another game on Thursday night. Let's take a look at, here's what I was kind of wanting to get to. Here's the American League current betting show. The West is close. You can pick the Astros or the Mariners. You get good money. That's good value on either team. You might want to take a look at their pitching and see if you can turn some of that into money. Tigers are heavy favorites, even though they're only up 6 games, and the Yankees heavy favorites over the Red Sox. Nobody thinks anybody can catch the Yankees. And finally, taking a look at the National League in the divisional series, Mets and Phillies. Look at that, locked up. Tied up at 100. They're thinking the Phillies are going to come back and get them. Tied up at plus 100. The Dodgers heavy favorites, as they've kind of pushed that back out. And the Cubs, pretty doggone heavy favorites for only being 5 games up. Cubs have they might have some better pitching than everybody else in that division. I'm kind of surprised looking at that the Cardinals are that much ahead of the Brewers. But that maybe is because they're trying to get money. People, maybe they're getting too much money on the Cardinals. I don't know. I'm surprised by that. And finally, current World Series numbers. Dodgers, I just cannot believe that they are plus 225. They're used this week. The Dodgers used their 31st pitcher of the season. 31st different pitcher that the Dodgers have used this year. It's the most they've ever used. It ties the record for the most they've ever used. There's still 3 months to go. 3 plus months to go in the season. Who knows? Nobody knows nothing. Folks, thanks so much for tuning in. Well, I guess people might think they can hit. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you next time on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Have a great weekend.